Collective, welcome to the channel. It is November 21st. I hope the day is treating you kindly. Thanks for being here, everybody. Let's tap right in, get us a storyline. Storyline for the collective. Please, Spirit, storyline for the collective. How's it going out there, Spirit? How's it going? Collective. You know. All right. In the central energy, what do we got going on? Woo, in the central energy, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. There, we're at a turning point. Something's shifting. The path. In the challenge position. Woo. Queen of Pentacles. And 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Financial collapse. Fake money. Fake money. Queen of Pentacles is losing her pentacles. It was fake money. Financial collapse. In the subconscious, 10 of Swords. Utter defeat, hitting rock bottom. In the recent past, 8 of Cups, disappointment, finding a new path. Intentions and expectations. Whoa. 2 of Swords in the reverse. Seeing the truth. Somebody's overthinking it. They're in a nightmare. Having some inner turmoil. So they're in a nightmare with the 9 of Swords. They're in an utter defeat with the 10 of Swords. They got to find a new path. Queen of Pentacles. It was fake money. Financial collapse. I heard the other day that the landlord took everything away from her for being a swinger. For being a swinger. Oh gosh, I hope the alarm doesn't go off. In the near future, Ten of Cups. There's a happy ending. They could be in a nightmare because you're getting a happy ending. The wheel has turned. It was fake money. We got the Sun. So there's a new a celebration for the children, for the little flowers. A rebirth for the little children, for the flowers, for the innocent. Joy. In the environment, judgment. Judgment. The all-seeing eye, judgment. So judgment of the dead. A reckoning. Hopes and fears. 2 of Pentacles. Balance. And the outcome. 7 of Pentacles. Your hard work is paying off. Justice. That's justice. Justice. The law of cause and effect. We've got a team here in the chariot going in a new direction. Your team is going in the new direction. They're in the chariot. You're going places. We've got some new love, partnerships and unions, making plans. There could be a page of pentacles here. Got a new job. Got a new job. It could be that there's suffering hardship, or somebody's in a 5 of Pentacles, some kind of scandal. The Hermit is here, soul searching, shining a light, doing some research and releasing Prince Charming, some kind of wand, confident, let's go get it on. The Hierophant's here. Huh. So we're like moving into a more traditional value system. We got some folks that are real upset about that. The youngers are here with an opportunity for love, to grow something. Happy endings for family. Let's pull some of these cards and see what's going on here. The wheel is turning. There's a change happening. Whoa, date night, divorce. Oh, what is that? We're not doing date night anymore? There's been a divorce and you're getting ready to date? Date night, divorce. Queen of Pentacles is here, but we've got the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. So it's like there's a financial collapse. The money that they were enjoying was fake money. There could be some kind of family feud, some kind of a loss. Somebody had everything taken away from them. Challenges in the reverse. Make a decision, work on inner healing, but it's in the reverse. So they're not able to make a decision. They didn't work on inner healing. They're not going to. They didn't take care of their challenges. They didn't do their inner work. 10 of Swords. So now they're in this rock bottom defeat. They're real upset. They're real upset. They're real upset that luck is on your side. They're like in a 10 of Swords. You're divorcing them out of there. Like you're shucking them right out of there. Like they're getting out. You're experiencing a breakup. 10 of Swords. Utter defeat. Rock bottom. They're really upset that luck is on your side. We got yes. 8 of Cups here. Abandonment. They got to find a new path. It was a failed attempt, whatever they were trying to do. Well, that came out and did some stuff. I don't know if it was accurate. All right, so finding a new path. Somebody tried to piggyback on a name, on somebody else's family. Family feud is there. Somebody got cut off. Eight of Cups. They got to find a new path. Failed attempt. Earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And we've got Two of Swords in a reverse. So they're overthinking. Inner turmoil. They may be recognizing the truth. They're in a Nine of Swords nightmare. They can't sleep. Anxiety and fear. Air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So earth sign, air sign are here. Hitting rock bottom because luck is on your side. You've got a 10 of Cups. A happy reunion. A happy reunion. Happy endings for family. Guardian, you're protected. Happy family, you're protected. There's a reunion. The sun is here. So there's a rebirth, revitalization for the children. There could be some kind of victory. Rebirth for the babies, revitalized. They've gotten their energy back. They've been reinvigorated, perhaps, the children, the innocent ones. We got liar. Be careful, someone's sneaky. Sun, liar. Ooh, somebody might have... The sun's dealing with a liar. We've got judgment here. A reckoning. There's a rebirth here. So because of your success, what's going on with this liar? Judgment. So we've got judgment and someone else. Third party enemies. Those who are targeting innocent people and tearing them apart for pay. So there's judgment here for these third-party enemies. Two of Pentacles. Mercury retrograde. Whatever they were doing, whatever they were juggling, whatever they were doing, these multiple priorities, they had a lot of stuff going on, and everything that they did is going back to them. It could be that all of the ups and the downs, how difficult it was to maintain balance because of these others lying about you. So it could be that all that's going back. You've got Seven of Pentacles. Your hard work is paying off. You've grown a lot. You've experienced a lot of growth. There's some results. Cultivation. You've grown something within you, outside of you. The sun is shining on it. And we've got a new cycle here. Your hard work pays off. Fate. Something is ending. Karma is ending. And what your dharma is beginning. You're traveling soon. You've manifested a ticket out of here. And you're letting go of somebody, making room for the beginning that's on its way to you now. If anybody's trying to communicate with you, these someone else's or anybody at all, you're probably just avoiding everybody because you know that these narcissists are out there doing love spells like mad right now, trying to get a new beginning with you. They might be doing something with pets over a fire sign, trying to get them to open their heart to a commitment. They want to come back, so use your intuition and wait a few months. Yeah, because somebody wants to come in and try to get you pregnant and then, you know, repeat a cycle, tap that spiritual account that you got going on there. So there is that kind of stuff going on. Now we're going to pull these. I love these. I got to get some new cards. I'm going to shop. I'm going to go shopping. Get myself a present. right, so we got the wheel. The wheel is turning. There's a change. We've got date night, get ready to be wined and dined, but then we've got divorce, experiencing a breakup. And fertility. Date night, divorce, fertility. Fertility. Please come say how do. The energy is coming to you. Stay open to new ideas. Date night. Self-righteousness can lead us down a path largely of our own making that can be personally disastrous. Remaining open to cultural and spiritual differences creates the possibility of understanding and connection with others, and can help avoid outcomes rooted in foolish judgment. Rituals, be they personal or social, may be productive in ways not immediately apparent. The energy is coming to you. So what this says to me is the wheel is turning. Okay, get ready to be wined and dined, because you have divorced out of this energy here that was trying to hold you back, that was doing all these rituals. Like, this is Stonehenge, some kind of druid kind of thing. We got the fish mask, the rabbit mask, the goat mask. We've got Burning Man in the background. So lots and lots of magic that was being done, somebody trying to do something. It could be that everybody who did magic trying to get date night or get contracts to grow something, people who were manipulating others by doing magic over their mind and then hijacking their life path, they could be getting divorced out of that, out of your fertility. So there's a change. It's like, get ready to be wined and dined, because you have divorced those people who have been doing magic on you in order to birth anything. That's how I'm seeing that. We've got a Queen of Pentacles here who has experienced financial collapse. They did not do their inner healing. They ignored their inner health. They're not able to make a decision. They've gotten divorced out because of all these because of all these lies. Because of all these lies. They didn't work on their inner healing. They lied about it. So Queen of Pentacles is losing everything. Could be a family feud. Somebody, like a family, may have disinherited them, cut them off. Stripped them of their monthly allowance because they didn't meet their challenges. They didn't do the work. They lied. We've got a 10 of Swords, utter defeat, rock breaking bottom. It's like they've lost everything. Yes, luck is on your side. Nature, family. Luck is on your side. Somebody's pissed because you were always the favorite. Nature, Mother Nature might be attacking this family that was doing magic on you. They're pissed off. They think you're the favorite. You were always a favorite. They took you out with bad magic, and they've cursed you, hexed you, done all kinds of nasty stuff to you. Luck is on your side regarding Mother Nature attacking this family. It's like this family is going down. They're burning. They're burning. Mother Nature, she's sending the crows after them. Peck, peck, peck. Pecking those, I don't know, whatever they do. They're pecking them, see? And somebody doesn't like the birds. This family, somebody's over there. Could be God himself setting them on fire with the, I heard him say one time, those who hate me can look me in the face It could be that they're being set on fire. Mother Nature has taken them out. Father, you know, the Most High God is torching them with a fiery gaze. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. Luck is on your side. Nature, you got nature, family. Nature is taking care of whoever this is. You're divorced out of that family. They didn't want to let go of this connection. They refused to let go. So they sacrificed their meal ticket. They sacrificed the one who is here serving them with everything that they ever needed. And they brutalized that person. That person rose up, and they're finally gonna get love. These ones have failed. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, gotta find their own damn path. They're an animal. They're a freaking animal. They might have to deal with an animal. They got to go find a new path. They're like an animal. They don't have any empathy, no compassion, no care. They're freaking psychotic. Animal. What is the law? What rules apply? Must they be obeyed? When dealing with others, assuming one's superiority can lead to cruelty or worse, the exertion of power by fear or force. That is what this earth sign has been doing to the people, the society. The feeling that one is or knows better than anyone else can be mitigated through empathy, recognizing what we have in common with one another. Aren't we all hopeful animals in some form? No. This person, this earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they failed. This is somebody who was assuming they were superior to everybody else, and they were cruel. And they were exerting power by being forceful, by exerting fearful circumstances, by tormenting people, treating them like an animal, treating them like a freaking animal. That's what this curator is. That's what this curator was doing, and he's been cut off. He didn't have any power of his own accord. This circumstance here, they martyred the person that actually had control over the pentacles. They martyred them and replaced them with a copycat. Wow. And it sounds like a sweet, innocent boy. He's a freaking animal. He treated everybody like an animal. He was brutal and cruel. He still wants to be so bad. He's freaking insane. He's psychotic. Overthinking. They don't know what to do. They're in a Nine of Swords nightmare. Somebody can't talk. They're having fear. Air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. One of their servants, one of their bros. Genius, because they were doing science experiments on animals to try to create a boogeyman. They freaking genetically altered themselves so freaking bad, they went insane. And they're really good at pretending that they're innocent because they know what innocence is. They target it all the time. So they got it. They're in a nightmare. They may have to go deal with these intelligent animals. It's like they got animals and they injected them with intelligence. They've got intelligent animals out there. And now we got boogeyman. Oh, these guys have been doing genetic experiments. And this is what the spirit said the other day. Your scientists' experiments. They're in a nightmare. They tried to turn humans into animals and animals into humans. They had a specific idea of the life form that they wanted to live here, some big boogeyman. It was a plan. They wanted the animals to be brought up as a lower vibrational form of humans, and they wanted the humans to be turned into animals. They've been genetically altering people. They wanted to create boogeymen. This could be a boogeyman. This air sign. They got to deal with these intelligent animals. They're in a nightmare because you got a happy reunion. They're left with their creation, or their mutation, I should say. We got mask. So you are protected from people wearing a mask, trying to come in and disrupt, unalive, sacrifice you, and replace you. So you're protected in this union of the future. Future 10 of Cups unions will be protected from mask-wearing, animalistic, low-vibrational, scientist mutations. Really good at pretending, but boy, are they brutal. They'll take one little bite out of you until there's nothing left. That's what they threatened me with one time. I was watching hornets. I was in a tent, and there were like hornets or whatever, yellow jackets. And I kept hearing how they were going to take a little bite out of me until there was nothing left, little tiny bites. And I was watching this yellow jacket. There were like little tiny flies, and they were like biting their heads off. Like snip, snip, and it's like all these little, I was just watching it. I was like freaking, I was like, that's terrifying. That was one of the most terrifying things. That was a long time ago when they first started attacking me. Wild. So you've got a rebirth here, but we got a liar, devil. Devil. So there's the sun. There's somebody's lying. Somebody may have been lying. Whoever this air sign is, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that was doing scientist experiments on the animals and the humans, trying to flip them. They wanted the humans to become animals, and they wanted the animals to become humans. So that's what they were doing. They were transitioning humans into animals and animals into humans, but they were so very vibrational. They go around RAPing people, cannibalizing everybody. You can see what they've been doing. So the devil here was pretending like it was the Son of God, and it was a liar. Yeah. It was a devil all along. Everybody saw this sweet little innocent shell, and they could not pick up on the malice inside. Somebody was presenting itself as a chosen one of the Most High, and they had sacrificed somebody and replaced it with this Queen of Pentacles, who was a fraud. We've got judgment here on these third-party enemies, these triangular, lustful swingers, effing up marriages and families for everybody on the realm. Trickster. Trickster. They'd go up and get themselves a partner, pretending that they were the sun, and then they would flip devil on them. A psychotic, what do they call that? Oh, what did they call that? Slim Shady. Slim Shady apparently was Eminem's character that he created to represent his more psychotic personality traits. So it's a Slim Shady character, a liar, a third-party hoe bag, a trickster. We've got Two of Pentacles, juggling life. They were causing everybody to juggle life. Mercury retrograde, whatever they were doing is going back to them. Suspicion. Suspicion. You could be suspicious. of everyone. You've got 7 of Pentacles here. Your hard work is paying off. You have grown and cultivated a new cycle. The old cycle is ending and the new one is beginning. Dreams, book. Somebody might be haunted by dreams. They called up something in a book. Look, there's a mother and a child seated on that bed reading the nighttime story or whatever. And then you got the boogeyman there and it says, let me in. So somebody's being haunted in their dreams by something they called forth in a book. Now, why did they go and do that? Shock. They could be shocked. Regarding children of the night. There could be shock, children of the night. Making it a night to remember. They're getting haunted in their dreams by the children of the night. Somebody, we got the deep and we've got harvest. The deep. Their boat isn't big enough. They're not prepared. There's a harvest. They got a deeper problem than they thought. Everything is getting blown out of the water. Harvest. Fire. 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 Rawr. It's all coming down. It's all coming down. It wasn't your decision to burn everything down. Misunderstanding, miscommunication, assumption of the worst, fear, ignorance. This is the kindling. And while it can take a village to really stack all of that up, once a person puts a torch to it, it all ends in flames. Consider, though, that fire can also bring rebirth. An ash-nourished forest grows again and marks a new beginning. So it's all coming down. This obsession is all coming down. So you're protected from the mask bearers. These unions and this new future will be protected. They can't curse your union or your land, your home, your business, your life. They're done. They called for something in a book. It's affecting their dreams. The Wheel of Fortune is turning on your destiny. Date night is here. Get ready to be wined and dined because you have divorced. You have been excommunicated, emancipated from those who have been gaining fertility off of your abundance, off of your energy. Those who have been wearing masks, doing rituals, and gaining fertility off of your energy. So you're divorcing them. So get ready, because there's no more third wheel enemies. You're divorcing the third wheel enemies. You're cutting them off from your fertility. It's like these magic tricks, it's not going to work anymore. They can't curse you or any of that stuff anymore. They're in shock. We had somebody here that was pretending to be people's savior, the God's chosen one, going to heal you, mend you, whatever. It was a devil the whole time. The devil's already been here, man. People think, oh, you know, we got this devil is going to come and he's going to be there 3.5 years or however many. The devil's already been here. Look at this. The son is somebody pretending to be the son, an innocent, childlike individual, is a liar. It's actually a freaking devil. And it's already been here in charge of these triangular relationships, these third-party enemies. They thought if they could get 2 men and a woman, they could harvest the power of the woman, and then these 2 men could go and F up a man and a woman in an actual kingdom union, right? With their little feminine, you know, wearing masks and doing nasty things regarding the reputation of the wife or the woman or whatever. Tricksters, triangular, it was their profession. They thought that that was going to work. They really thought that the man and the woman together as a pair, as a strength of 2 together, they really thought that as a triangle, they would be able to overcome them and overpower them, especially if they could harvest the energy of the wife or the husband or whatever, if they could get that and then bind them. They really thought they were going to, but God said, God sees, you know, it's been going on for a long, long time. And all the information is out now. Queen of Pentacles is here, experiencing financial collapse. It was fake money. They never earned it. They didn't. It was all magic. It was all magic on somebody else's energy to get this money. So they've lost 10 Pentacles. They did not graduate from their challenges. They didn't deal with their challenges. It was all lies. They didn't graduate any initiation. They didn't graduate any terrible circumstance. They were not tested. They did not pass the test. They did not pass the test. They did not work on their inner healing. They lied. They were doing magic on others. They want to apologize. Oh, I'm sorry I lied and I took everybody's. See, you go out there and you have a terrible circumstance to pay your karmic debt or have an opportunity to earn dharma. And then as soon as you're about ready to come into your dharma, you got this little magician here, this Queen of freaking Pentacles coming in with her magic tricks here. Could have been somebody in the family, somebody in like lifetimes ago sacrificed you, and they've been doing this. Your MINI life cycle after life cycle, they've been following you around, doing magic on you for a long, long time. That money was not theirs. It was never theirs. It was always yours. They're in a 10 of Swords now, rock bottom, because luck is on your side. This family is pissed because they feel like the Mother Nature favors you, or nature favors you. They feel like you're the favorite. Well, the thing is you do your work and you're not out there trying to hurt people. You're just minding your own damn business, trying to become the best version of you that you can be. And it just happens to benefit your community. Look, these guys, look, commitment. Commitment. So let me read family. Family. You know you were her favorite, right? So these ones were striving to live up to you. And they just couldn't pull it off because of their nature. They're coming. They're coming. So whoever it is, they've been doing a lot of magic and binding contracts. And they thought that you were going to pay it. It didn't work out that way, because you can see, God can see that that's not you. And this person has been benefiting. They've been sweeping in, taking your reward for surviving traumatic events. Like they were supposed to unalive you or something, or just knock you down into South Node and then like hide you away again and take your reward for surviving. They're a liar and a thief. 8 of Cups. So they got to go find a new path. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, animal. They could be an animal. Like this is a genetically modified entity that has been CRISPRed or what, modified to such an extent they have no empathy. They're psychotic. On the one side, they're very, very good at speaking proper words and appearing very innocent. They could probably cry on a dime. These guys are very good actors. But on the dark side, they'll go in and they'll actually, like, you know, gnaw on somebody, like, while they scream, because they're a freaking psychotic animal. So, yeah. This animal really likes your high value. They wanted to be seen as high value. And now they are overthinking everything. They don't know what to do. They're in a nightmare. They can't sleep. This is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They could be dealing with the boogeyman, genius animals, smart animals, those who had been genetically modified. They got an animal type nature where they like to really hurt people, and the world is flooded with them. They've really done a number with their scientific experiments and their CRISPR and all that. So now you got an air sign out there, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that's dealing with a genius boogeyman, an animal type, genetically modified genius animal. They're very smart, they're very intelligent, but they have no empathy, and they're very, very cruel. They look at the human being as though it's just an energy source, it's a food source, a sustenance, it's genetic material, it's nothing more than that. And they're trying to become like the original. And some of you out there are originals. You were buried for so long, hidden by God, I like to think. You may have had a terrible life, but you were kind of hidden, because if you weren't, even more terrible things would have happened. But now we've got this air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, dealing with a genius, a boogeyman, and we've got death. Death is coming for this person. Those intelligent animals are going to take them out. The boogeyman is on them right now. In the near future, you've got the 10 of Cups. So there is a happy ending for marriages in the community. It's protected from mask-wearing people who are not good moral people, who have not earned any merit. So your 10 of Cups union in the future will be protected by your guardian, from people who do not have merit and are wearing masks. So this is going to be good. You're protected. Your union is protected. You don't have to worry about somebody coming in wanting to get all over you. So this is right. This is so amazing. It's like it's right here. It's been happening. It's been happening for some time. And you got this guy. He's so this is the thing. You know, it's been 22 years for me, and this curator he's a real jackwagon. He likes to mimic terrified, traumatized children as they're crying, pleading for help. That was the first several years. He was like, in one side, I'd hear the children screaming out in pain, begging for help. Please don't leave them there. And then this jackwagon would be on this side, repeating what they said. So I was getting bombarded in both sides of my brain with this terrible sound of children and torturing. It was horrible. And this guy thinks he's a real freaking good guy. He's been out here portraying himself as a freaking innocent one, and he's a devil all the way. This curator, he's under judgment here. And whoever operates this curator, who's ever giving him the instruction to do this scientific experiment on the animals and the humans, trying to flip them. They wanted to make animals human and humans animals. And you can see it in the freaking mental body and the characteristics of the current planet and the life forms that it holds. Justice is being served here. They're under judgment. Third party enemies, someone else, those people who were tricksters, those people who were sucking people in and tricking them so that they could sacrifice them to this devil, pretending that it was a son, so that they could indulge on other people's life force and their spiritual bank account. If they could sacrifice them, then they could trap them and they could siphon that spiritual bank account while wearing a mask. And the other original one was in a state of suffering, hidden from the eyes of the public. We've got Two of Pentacles, ups and downs, lots of juggling in life. Everything that they did as a trickster to bring suffering and juggling and you know, not enough, making it so difficult for you. We've got suspicion, evidence. So it's Mercury retrograde. Everything they did to cause such a terrible thing for you is has been researched, is being investigated. There's suspicion. Yeah, there's a lot of suspicion. There's a lot of things. These guys, so the other day, they were taunting me. You have no idea what happens to psychics. And right away, another said, they have no idea how much information the psychics have brought forth. So we've got suspicion, we've got research, and evidence gained. They are trapped by their old concepts. Whatever they thought was working for them is no longer working for them. It's all going back to them. Every single thing that was researched and found is going back to them. These tricksters will pay the cost of the damages that they have done here. They're losing all of their pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is here. Your hard work is paying off. This cycle is coming to a close. So the cycle of karma is closing for you, and your cycle of dharma is beginning anew. Somebody is here. They called up these books. They called up a boogeyman out of some book, and now it's affecting their dreams. It could be that that's what's going Mercury retrograde. Everything that they did is now going back on them because you were able to survive what they did and come forth. And you know what? The Most High Mother, Father, God, Goddess, creators of all that is, sees the scientists' experimentations that they've been doing on the humans and the animals. And they're not happy with it. There's death here. There's death. Imagination. It was a fantasy. It was a fantasy plan. It could be everything that they've done to your mental body is now going to be done to them. I heard the Divine Masculine say that every nasty thing you did to her will be done to them. There is a high-ranking person, I don't see them here on the table, that's under serious judgment. They could be part of this Ten of Cups union right here. Somebody's stubborn. They were selfish in the history. And they were dominating sweethearts, couples, lovers, families. Disturbing the stability of their foundation, making it so that both parents had to work, taxing 40% of their wages. Every paycheck would come out. They would leave them there with next to nothing. They thought it was a real good idea. They thought it was a real good idea to attack the mental bodies of creators. Now they're hesitating. They're worried. They're having paranoia. This, whatever they called forth in this magic book or whatever, this goblin or whatever, it's attacking them in their dreams. They're overloaded and overwhelmed here because you triumphed. And those who were tempted to move away or to move against you are being cast away now. They got to get off the foundation because they had vowed to mess your mind, to try to steal your fate. They were bullying you, trying to do that, and that's being stopped. They're losing their freedom. They will be confined. They're not permitted to come here and do that to this in this territory. They're really upset because justice is being served. We've got justice times 2. You know, these entities really went too far. You know, people get their shots every freaking year, multiple times a year, and they never get the list of what's in it. They don't know really what's happening inside their body. We don't have transparency. All we have is a story. genius. They were trying to make animals intelligent, and then they were trying to dumb down humanity. They've been successful. You can see it. It's so awful. And you got these entities claiming to be men. They only use the woman for procreation. They much rather have relations with each other. It's crazy, but they need the woman to continue their bloodline and to siphon the wealth from the womb, the energy that belongs with the life giver. Yeah, tempted. So they were tempted by the snake. They did magic on you, and you're divorcing these third parties who were tempted by the snake. You're no longer dealing with those enemies. Queen of Pentacles is losing 10 of Pentacles. It was fake money. It was never theirs. It was done with magic and hurting other people. They did not meet their challenges. They did not do their inner work. It was all lies. And they've been lying about everything and everybody and stealing from them their pentacles. Date night. Alone. Leaving them alone. So they've been tapping into people's womb space or their root chakra, and they've been draining their sexual energy. And they, you know what? I was told by somebody, they turned sexual energy into power. So people, you know, they think they're having a loving connection, and what this is it's a harvest, and they turn that sexual energy into pentacles, and then they leave you there alone. They could be casting lies so that everybody avoids you, and they suck the happiness right out of you. Now they're in a 10 of Swords, utter defeat. Because luck is on your side. We've got family here who's just upset that you were always a favorite. Oh, so they gave you centuries of torment and torture. And now they're still whining and bitching because you're finally, after centuries of suffering at their hands with all this stupid magic and having your image, your reputation tarnished by these sexual deviants, energetically harvesting you while you leaving you alone without anybody to support you. Now they're grieving because Mother Nature is kicking their ass. Most High Mother, Father, God, you were the chosen one, and they martyred you, and then they chose somebody else, and they put this somebody else in your place. They were not fit for the position. This is an animal type person. This is a genetically modified collective of people that look down their nose at humanity as like they're less than, like they've been, you know, genetically improved, and all they are is they're an intelligent animal, very dangerous, that wants a life of luxury, but they don't have the inner soul strength to handle what it is you are. So they failed. They're in an 8 of Cups here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is an animal who likes luxury. We've got distant in the reverse. They might be close to you. Maybe they're upset because you're getting a life of luxury and it's coming on soon. They were going after it. They missed it. They're overthinking. They don't know what to do. They're in a nightmare. They can't sleep. Air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They're dealing with these intelligent genius animals, these boogeymen, and we've got death here. He might be trying to hire a genius boogeyman, but he's in a nightmare. So it looks to me like he's just in a nightmare. Look, not willing to settle down and be responsible, and we've got empty cup. We've got death. This boogeyman is going to take them out. There's a boogeyman here. There's an intelligent animal that's going to take out this air sign. Yeah. Yep, they went ahead and CRISPR'd themselves a freaking genius boogeyman. Now they're screwed. Their cup is empty. So you got a Ten of Cups happy reunion coming up though, and it's protected from mask-wearing entities that are not good or moral humans. Those who do not have any merit. Those who are all about bringing crazy drama to people and casting them into a rabbit hole. Yeah, these people. So you're protected. This Ten of Cups union of the future will be protected from these entities. So yeah, because they've been out there trying to present themselves as a freaking sun, and they're a liar. It's an actual devil, and justice is being served. And you wonder, I mean, people have been suffering a long time, and it was absolutely intentional. And they think that right now, the rising right now is a fake one. No, the rising that's happening right now is pointing out the fact that for centuries, you've got some freaking time traveler, magician, energy harvesting, freaking rapist, sex trafficking, freaking broho devil out there selling itself like it's your savior. It's sickening. So we've got justice is being served on the dark side. Now we've got justice. It's sandwiched between justice, double freaking justice on what's been going on in the shadows on this dark side. This Slim Shady character. This Slim Shady character. And there's more than one. You got a lot of folks out there running around like they've got your best interest at heart, but in the background, they're doing some real Slim Shady shit. Excuse my language. So we got judgment here. Justice, dark side justice. They're not the sun. They were lying about being the sun. This is a devil. This has been going on for a few resets, at least. This game that these tricksters have been playing so that they could harvest your material wealth, Earth Angel, and then have a good life while you suffer in your next one. But this was the big grand finale. So God said, well, this is it. We're going to go in there and we're going to straighten this out. 2 years ago, I think I posted it, my posty notes saying, we're going to make things right or something. I think it was November 8th, 2023. And it's been going on and it's happening. So these people were tricking others with sexual or sexual intimate unions. And then they were harvesting them, their energy and their spiritual encounters, all of that. And then they were making life very, very hard for others. They're going to be experiencing a rough road. A rough road is what they're going to get. Yes, because all of that juggling you had to do in order to hold yourself together and just maintain yourself, it's all going back. It's all going back. And now they're paranoid. They're freaking paranoid. They're trying to blame you, but there's evidence here proving that they did it. They're childish. They're trying to blame others, projecting. But it's you. It's always somebody else, And I'm so sick of listening to grown men do that. They don't want to talk about what they got going on. They don't want to talk about the stuff that's actually disgusting, and they just want to talk about the good stuff, but it's all made up. It's all freaking made up. There's no clarifying or confirming documentation or plans or strategies being implemented anywhere. It's just words of a freaking mouth. So hard work paying off. You have grown. This cycle is over for you. And those who are calling up the boogeyman with their little magic books, they're having their dreams. They got boogeyman in their dreams. They want to escape. They called up mama. Mama sat there and read a story with their child, and they summoned this freaking thing. Let me in. And now it's in their dreams. Why? Because it needs an escape. It wants to escape. They want to escape. They weren't able to stick it to you. Just another notch on the headboard. They got to face it. They were just SEXing people up, trying to harvest their sacral energy. And they were leaving everybody in survival mode. And it's all falling apart to make room for the love that you deserve, because you're the diamond and they are guilty of messing up your life, siphoning your life. There's so many people that were sexually trafficked and brutalized who were healers, man. Emperors, empresses, high priestesses, hierophants. They were high quality people, and they were recognized from a young age, and they were pulled into this network and then, defiled on purpose, because these gents and gals didn't want the healers to rise in this world and to have any kind of an influence over the consciousness of society. By sharing their ideas, their soul song, what God sent them here to share with the people. These ones didn't want to be heard, so they traumatized them and changed their song at a very young age. Turned them into this third-party enemy. Thinking themselves clever, but all they are is a childish failure. Effing around. Look, this childish failure. They're just out there effing this and effing that. They don't care if it's an animal or a human, because with all their genetic splicings, everybody's up for game. Woo! It doesn't matter. We're all one big family. They don't care. After what they've done, they're genetically spliced. They're part of each other. And they were trying to do it to everybody. I don't care if they hate me. I'm an original human being, and I'm glad. And many of you are too. They're calling you collector's items because you're one of the originals. You stayed in the hellhole for so long, they forgot you were there. They almost forgot your identity. They're still scrambling around trying to figure out who the heck you are. So the Wheel of Fortune, the cycle. Oh, look, and we got the Wheel of Fortune in the beginning, and then in the outgoing energy, we also have the cycles of fate and karma and dharma. So get ready to be wined and dined, because you're divorcing out of this third-party enemy. These who were doing magic, trying to grow things and manifest things on your energy. So you're not there's no sexual relations and with this low vibrational fiend anymore. These ones who are tempted by the snake, trying to come after your abundance. You're a limitless abundant being, and they thought they could F their way into your world and then wear a mask and pretend that they were you. And the problem is that you got a Queen of Pentacles who's been very successful at this, probably for generations, prolonging their own life by cutting your short and siphoning out the next 20, 30 years, having a beautiful, vibrant, long life of young beauty and all of that. They're losing everything. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. They did not face any of their challenges. They did not overcome any challenges. They did not do any shadow work. All they did was brutalize people and do magical rituals, trying to bind them to this snake for profit. And then they generated all kinds of lies about your life while brutalizing you with this magic and their little proxies, their little whatevers, their little puppets. They want to apologize for leaving you alone. It's not going to be like this forever. You're an abundant, limitless being. The wheel is turning, and you can expect to get wined and dined real soon. These people, your 10 of Cups in this near future is protected from mask-wearing foul people. Look, relationships. So they apologize. So they would come in, have date night, and then leave you alone. They would bind you spiritually, energetically. They would go into the dream state or whatever and bind you. And then they would make sure that you did not have any relationship. Many of you are single. I'm single for a long freaking time. Most of my life, I've been a single woman. And if anybody did come into my life, it always ended in infidelity or complete you know, what the hell is the point here? That's what they do. And now they want to apologize, okay, for leaving you alone, for taking all relationships, for casting a freaking energetic sheen onto you that said, get away from me, or whatever. Some freaking hex, some glamour in the opposite direction they coated you with. Now they're in a 10 of Swords, utter defeat. They've hit rock bottom because the luck is on your side. This family, whoever this family is from generations ago, who you probably don't even know anymore, they've been running around like they're top-notch citizen. They're the best. They're God's chosen one. Yay! And the whole time it was fraud. They sacrificed the chosen one. But you have grown. You have grown in consciousness and awareness, and you have brought forth all of the crazy freaking deeds that these ones have been doing to you over the centuries. It's crazy. And they're grieving. They're bound to their commitments. Every single thing. It could be that nature is bound to you. Mother Nature might be your thing. Mother Nature, Father God, they're the ones who put you in this position as their chosen one. And this family decided that they were going to change it up with this stupid devil twisted, this twisted mutation of magic, this illusionary magic. It's very good, but it's not good enough. So they have failed. They got to find a new path. This earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, it's an animal who's been siphoning the wealth out of everybody because it's an animal. It's a genetically modified animal in a human suit. And they feel that the humans are animal now because they've been flip-flopping them with these genetic manipulations. These people don't even know that they've been getting CRISPR'd for years. Every injection. Right now, you are seen as a high-value person. And they got to get on a different path because they're not high value. They didn't do any of their work. They didn't face any of their challenges. They came up and put people in a crazy drama while wearing a mask and pretending that they were the one who graduated the initiation. And they never did. They never did. They were just really good illusionists with using devil magic and forces that were forbidden to be here. These people have been doing scientific experiments trying to turn the animals human and the humans animal. Trans is their theme. Trans, and they wanted everybody on board. Help them with it. Reject your God-given human form. Reject this beautiful temple that God gave you to house your spirit and soul. That's what this sun-lying devil wanted for everybody. We've got patience. Everything happens in divine order. But we've got distance in the reverse. So there's no distant. It's not distant. Right now, you've been patient. You're about ready to come into your reward. Somebody is in a freaking nightmare. They don't know what to do about it. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We've got genius boogeyman. They're dealing with an intelligent animal who is coming after them. It's a boogeyman. And there's death here. This person was not willing to settle down and be responsible. It is chaff. It's a weed seed, and their cup is empty. We've got humor. Their cup is empty of humor. They may not have any humor at all. It could be that you're choosing to focus on the lighter side of life, that this is it. You're not going to focus on this crap for them anymore. They gotta go deal with their genius, animalistic boogeyman that they scientifically created with all of this experimentation, this scientific experimentation. Your Ten of Cups future union is protected from mask-wearing people who have no merit. They're in a rabbit hole. They might try to crawl up out of this rabbit hole. They may try to crawl up out of this rabbit hole and wear a mask. These foul entities. They may try, but it's protected. Your guardian is here. You're very much protected. You found out a lot of information by surviving through this and being able to bring up all of the information that they've been doing here. And we've got discipline. So yeah, so you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. It could be that you are disciplined. Your guardian is disciplined. You're protected from this mask-wearing, low-vibrational drama queen or king. You're disciplined. The sun that was pretending to be whatever name you want to apply to this planetary human trafficker. They got their little slave colonies, their interdimensional slave colonies. I think they're stealing the water out of the aquifers into these other timelines or dimensional spaces. They don't have any water. And then you got somebody out there promising unlimited water. We don't have unlimited water. They've been taking it. The underground aquifers are drying up at a record rate. They're taking the water off this planet and they're moving it somewhere. This devil. Justice is being served for what they've done on the dark side. Posing as a son. Posing as God's chosen one. Yes. So, justice is being served on the dark side because you are love and you are committed to seeing the good in all things. Because of your gifts of the soul that benefit you and others, justice is being served here. You survived, you brought all this information up, and everybody can see. And that was the one thing that Divine Masculine stated. These ones have no idea how much information the psychics have pulled forward. Now, for many lifetimes, these ones have access to technology. They can Star Trek transport you into another timeline, another country, another body. I don't know, you're going to have to investigate if you want to know more, but there is technology out there that can do that. They've been doing that. They've been timeline hopping, but they have lost ownership. They've been divorced out of the true angels who some have access to timeline adjustments and creations. These ones no longer have a bound contract with those life forms. They cannot do it themselves. And I think their slave colonies and the interdimensional spaces and places are being collapsed. But this water thing, this is really serious because we've got McDonald's, of all things, complaining about not having enough water to wash their dishes or something, which is absolutely ridiculous. We've got balance. So judgment is here regarding third-party enemy tricksters. They were snagging people, conquering. All they had to do is go have sex and then bind you with their little magic. All they had to do was go get your semen or whatever and then do a magic ritual and bind you. Make sure that you were never, ever, ever going to have anybody come into your life because they wanted to pull off of your spiritual inheritance for your whole life and leave you homeless on the street with a little teeny tiny puppy called Daisy or something, so that everybody could come by, look at you and snarl at you and curl their lip about you and little Daisy on the street. Yeah. And they're out there with their little hair up, getting their little nails done, whatever, laughing about it. You're going to have balance restored. They made life very, very rocky and very, very rough for those people who bring a sense of perfect balance and harmony to the world. They decided to make life extremely difficult for them so that they could not bring balance. They wanted chaos. They wanted the animal to be treated like a human and the human to be treated like an animal. And that's what they've been doing. And they've been genetically modifying people. The one thing I can say that is a positive in this is that those people that they made homeless and kicked to the curb and left alone, those people probably weren't going to the doctor to get their yearly injections because they probably couldn't afford it. So they didn't get attacked by that CRISPR technology or whatever. So they made life very, very hard for you, and all of the things that they did to you is going back to them. They could be very paranoid because evidence and proof has been revealed regarding their childish behaviors here. They could be having doubt. This childish person could be having doubt, or the evidence that has been collected and revealed is causing doubt. People can see this person, this trickster, the devil, as a childish entity. Yep, and we've got health. Health. So we've got hard work pays off. This cycle is coming to a close. Whoever this mother is that was reading with her child to pull up the boogeyman out of this book, it's in their dreams now. They're looking for an escape. We've got health. They have to learn how to honor their physical vessel. They might have health issues. They got to figure out how to take care of their health. They're using love as an escape. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They're receiving a denial. So this boogeyman that they called forth, they don't know what to do. They need to escape. There's something going on with their health, their physical vessel. We've got denial. They don't know what to do. They're receiving a denial. Nobody wants to work with them. Yeah, friendship. The friends of this prideful person, they were just imaginary friends. Now they're wanting forgiveness because this is the end of the adversity that they can bring to you. You are protected here from these people who have no morals or ethics. They're guilty of blaming others for their nasty deeds, and it's all seen. It's all seen. They're in grief and they're in regret because you are an honest empath and you have been focusing on your gratitude list of, even though life sucked and you've been alone and people have been treating you like crap your whole life, you still have love in your heart. You're still grateful for life. You still care about others. And when the world lies on you, you know the truth about yourself. You know, the whole world, it's like, cannabis, just say, I'm old. So back in the day when it was illegal, people would tell you that you were an addict, you were a criminal, they may have even arrested you, screwed up your whole freaking world for utilizing plant medicine. And now they turn around and they make it legal and say, oh, it's all right. Yeah, we screwed up all your life. Some of you went to prison. Some of you spent years in jail because, whatever. But now it's okay, to a certain extent. Okay, well, you persevered through whatever happened to you because you were successful because you did not let love fizzle out of your heart. Now, love is inside of us. It means whatever it means to you. So these ones, they've been going around trying to destroy love within the hearts of humans. They want them to act like an animal. They want them to be violent, aggressive, malicious, belligerent. They want them to eat their own young. They want them to behave like an animal because they are. But they're very good at harvesting energy and wearing masks and pretending that they're not. So, they have failed here. They have to accept the things they cannot change. They have failed here and they're in fear because judgment is being called. And judgment is being called by that inner voice that has guided you and kept you strong and faithful and moving forward. So it's the inner voice. It's God. And these ones are worried because you are here in service. You are here to bring peace. And the negative energy that has been getting in the way of that is being released. You're here in your purpose. And these people left you alone. And now they need to surrender. They need to control you because you are free. You are free. You've been emancipated from envious people, from this envious family of lifetimes ago. Your happiness, your ability to remain in a happy frame of mind in that higher frequency, regardless of the trauma that was in you or around you, is bringing about a change, a very, very beneficial change for the whole of the planet. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. The fact that you did not give up when the world did, the fact that you did not believe them when they told you you were an addict or a criminal, you know, it's crazy to me. Like, people have to go years and decades fighting with the whole freaking world telling them that they're an addict or a criminal when it's not. And now it's legal. And it's like, no, there's no freaking addicts or criminals. This is people utilizing plant medicine. Now, I agree. There needs to be some separation of the different components, and there needs to be greater regulation and instruction and guidance regarding the use of plant medicine, because these ones have also squashed and tried to outlaw our naturopaths, our healers, our wise women and men who take these herbs and they can help the temple that houses the spirit and the soul. They can bring it back into homeostasis without these synthetic poisons, right? And these ones have been criminalizing that too. You know, you pay insurance, health insurance, every freaking paycheck. But do you think you can use your insurance to go see a holistic doctor? No. They've made it illegal because they want everybody going down a certain path. They want everybody on these synthetic medicines. And why? Because this devil trickster here, this liar, who's been teaching everybody to go around and be a freaking hoe bag. You know, I forgot what I was going to say. Damn it. I got wrapped up in it. All right, well, I'll pull one more card. One more round of cards. So the wheel has turned. Get ready to be wined and dined. You're divorcing the third wheel enemies. You're not dealing with them anymore. These people who were coming in and collecting your bodily fluids and then doing magic so that they could manifest fertility for themselves off of your abundance. They were tempted by the snake. They found out these dark practices, these dark rituals, and they just thought, this is so much easier than doing my own shadow work. All I have to do is go have sex with you once in a while and suck forth the happiness, and woo, I'm feeling good, you know? And I don't know. Apparently that's what they thought was a great idea. That's how you're going to go get all your pentacles. And we've got a Queen of Pentacles here who's losing all 10 of her pentacles because she's a swinger. She's sucking people in, tapping into them, and draining the life force out of them, and then leaving them alone. It was a way to get rich by sucking the life force out of other people. They're losing their status of privilege. They kept it from you. You are a privileged being, and they came in, succubus or incubus you, and then took your stuff. They left you alone. They stole your status of privilege, and then they left you alone. Now they want to apologize for all the lies that they said on your name. They did their very best to make you look insane, to make you look like you were the complete opposite of what you are. They're in a 10 of Swords defeat. Luck is on your side when it comes to this family who did all these things to you because they felt that you were the favorite. And rather than do the work to try to be what God wants them to be, they spent all their time and effort to try to destroy those that God loves. Nature and Mother Nature and all of the elements of nature, they know who God's chosen one is, and they're pecking the hell out of this head right now. The family, and they're on fire. They're on freaking fire. They're getting all lit up. Somebody's torching them. This family, they're on fire, baby. And Mother Nature there, yeah, all the birds and the other animals are coming down. They're gonna peck their head. These guys are gonna have some every time they're gonna sit outside and they're gonna say, "Oh, it's such a nice day," and then there's gonna be a big old crow come along and shit right on the top of their head, and it's gonna drip right down their face. They're not a very nice people. And I'm sorry, I just had a visual. I had a picnic or a barbecue once years and years ago, and there was actually a younger gal there with her new boyfriend, and they were sitting there at the patio deck, and he actually, like, a crow came by and actually did poop on him. Boom, a big splat, and he's like, "Oh," it was weird. I had only seen that happen once. But yeah, that's what I was thinking of when I said that. So they're grieving. They're grieving because nature knows who God's chosen one is. They're intimately connected. They are one with the all that is. These others, these magicians and all of that, they're not intimately connected. They're essence. So you get imbued by life, and then life imbues you, right? It's kind of like the tree takes your exhale and then it produces you oxygen for the next inhale. It's a symbiosis. We take life into ourselves and then we exhale, whatever. That is beneficial for other life forms, whatever that be. Take it as it resonates. But the mother and all of that is one with, yeah, they're in trouble. These guys are in trouble. They're grieving because you were committed to your growth. Regardless of the pain and the suffering, you were committed to knowing yourself and improving yourself and adding value to your soul. You expanded in consciousness and awareness, and you were committed to it. You did not back down. You did not stop. You breathed into the chaos, and you continued. We got a simp here. Yeah, this simp is grieving because you were committed to growing and expanding. You didn't go the direction they thought you were going to go. You were supposed to go in the hole. But instead, you did the work to earn your wings and you flew off. What the heck? Now they got to find a new path. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is an animal who knows you are a high value person. So right now, patience, divine order is happening right now. You might be patient right now. This animal this is a genetic experiment. These entities, they're not human. They are genius boogeymen. These entities, whoever this sun, liar, devil is, they've been doing genetic experiments on the animals to make them human, and the humans to make them animals. They've been flip-flopping. They wanted to transform the life on this planet, and that was the goal of their big dimensional boss or whatever. He had a certain idea about the particular life forms that he wanted to be here, and the problem is that it's not his call. The Most High God is moving through the earth angelics who are the justices here. And there's one in particular, a magistrate, who I think is this person. The one with the rainbow covenant, the divine mother that was here to guide families. Pharaoh. You're not Pharaoh. Whoever you are, you're not Pharaoh. You did the work. You were committed to doing the work. Now, this Queen of Pentacles here is losing all those 10 pentacles because it was harvested off of a swinger lifestyle and magic and binding and interfering in other people's lives while siphoning out their happiness and their spiritual inheritance. You're not Pharaoh. You didn't do any of that. You were patient while you were being brutalized by these animalistic geniuses, these boogeymen. So now they don't know what to do. They're in a nightmare. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is dealing with some intelligent animals, and they're a boogeyman. They're a boogeyman. They're coming after them. They're coming after them. Death is here. The cup is empty. They're a weed seed. You're choosing to focus on the lighter side of life. You're a unicorn. So because you are special, and rather than deal with all of the trauma and the lack and the constant, disruption and interference and, you know, things that happened in your life that caused you to take steps backwards, you know, you remained humorous. You remained happy. You're special like that. That's why you have the rainbow covenant. Because it's the happiness. No matter how dire a situation, you can find something to be happy about. Like the fact that you're breathing and you have a rainbow chakra system inside of you connected to the divine. And that's why you're getting this 10 of Cups. Rainbow covenant. You're protected. I had somebody tell me the other day on one of my posts that the new human doesn't have the rainbow chakra system, that they don't have it. I was like, what? No, I guess they were all mask wearers, you know, genetically modified, whatever. I don't know. But you're protected from the mask wearer who wants to come in and unalive you and then take your place, okay? Leaving you in a freaking rabbit hole. This person is in a rabbit hole. They're not a good moral human. You're not going to be dealing with them. Mask wearers who are not good moral humans, you're protected from them. We've got discipline. So discipline, you can accomplish what you set your mind to. It could be that they will be disciplined should they attempt to come in and do any of that. We've got tinfoil hat. You're very disciplined. It could be that they were trying to accuse everybody of being a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist, but you brought forth the truth. Not everything that they called a conspiracy theory was. There was a lot of truth there, and you brought it all forth because you survived and you chose to live. So we've got the sun here. It's like there's a younger here pretending to be a son, right? A son of the Most High. This is a liar. This is a damn liar. This is a damn lying devil is what that is. And we've got justices going to be, the law of cause and effect is here for all of the work that this devil was doing in the dark side while showing the world a sunshiny face. Okay, it's going to be happening that way because you have gifts of the soul that offered you the opportunity to stay alive, to remain loving. Justice is happening. We got justice twice right here. This isn't something that is just now occurring. So you got a group of folks out there, these guardians, these angelics that are rising up right now, and you got there's like the strongest pairs. You've got a big force of power couples in God's kingdom that are working through this trickster scenario right now. And these tricksters, they were saying, well, they were going to unalive the strongest one. You know, they're going to go out there and they're going to try to make everybody believe that it's the Antichrist, right? When that's the anti-freaking Christ that has been here all along, sacrificing babies and prostituting mothers and having the fathers go spill their blood into some freaking war in another country, leaving the mother and child vulnerable here. It was a scam. It's been going on for a long, long time. These are not star seeds, and they're not able to snack on you because your love and your gratitude and your ability to remain focused on the higher frequency things, you know, you lived. They didn't snack on you. They're not a star seed, you know. And that's the thing about this curator. He was telling people, you know, we can become just. There was a younger that asked him one time. He said, "Why do you keep going after this woman?" And he said, "We can become just like her if we can consume her." And that's the thing. These devils, they got to sacrifice the Christed being, the star seeds with this magnificent sun energy in them. So they eat it. They are what they eat. They eat a star being, and then they dress up in the light of it, and they tell themselves and everybody else that they are that. But it's a lie. This is a damn devil that's been doing magic rituals, Burning Man, whatever kind of druid magic at Stonehenge or whatever. They've been doing this magic to try to appear as this while they've been feeding on the blood, feeding on the flesh. Jesus wasn't the only one. 800,000 children go missing every year in the United States alone. This is a business. This is a business run by men. They're pissed. They're under judgment for their triangular trickster bullshit. These indulgent mofos making life rough for those people who actually bring perfect harmony to the world. They get off on chaos. The more somebody suffers, the happier they are because they're a freaking animal, genetically modified animal wearing the appearance of a human being. Look. They made life, these indulgent tricksters, these third-party indulgent tricksters who made life very difficult for others with their sexual, whatever, trickster stuff, they were coming after those who bring a sense of perfect balance. Now, this curator said the other day that the energy of the earth angels, these magnificent magnifiers, revitalizers, they have the, what did he call it? The antidote. This devil needs an antidote, and the antidote that this devil needs is the sun energy. This is a liar. He's been eating the sun energy, the family of God, for centuries. So they've been doing this, and now they've been taking they got to give the land back. So you're not jealous, you have no envy, you're not malicious, you're not violent, you're an original organic human. You don't have any desire to make somebody suffer because your life is shitty, because these ones keep messing you up. No, they got to give all the land back. God said the land is going back to the original people. These hybrids, these CRISPRed freaking genetic experiments, these genius, these intelligent animals wandering around as though they're human beings, they're very nasty. They eat humans. They see them as food, as an energy source. Whether they're consuming their energy or their flesh, it doesn't matter. They're animals. They're animals. They've been genetically modified. And they were trying to degrade and defile the human being to such an extent that God would throw you away. And that they could harvest off of you forever. Living in your house, taking your land, leaving you somewhere out there in some rock quarry where nothing grows. Bitch. So, everything that they caused you a struggle for is going back to them. There's suspicion here. They were trying to point the finger at you, but there's evidence here and proof of what they were doing. This is a childish individual, and now they're in doubt. They don't know what to do. This is a bitch. A big-ass bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse my language. I'm so sorry. I'm running off at the mouth. Not even really thinking about what I'm saying. But you got a Queen of Pentacles here who's losing 10 of Pentacles. This is a bitch, a childish bitch. She tried to blame it on you, but it's obvious it's not you. Your hard work paid off. You are a starseed. They're not. They got to stay in their own damn lane is what they got to do. Oh, those who want to snack on you or those who have been snacking on humanity have to stay in their own lane now. This is not a free-for-all food fest for interdimensional intelligent animals. It just isn't. This is an earth training school for star systems to come into, have a human experience and add value to their soul and increase. Become more. But you got these guys that wanted you to become an animal, and they wanted these animals to come up, and they wanted you to be seen as an animal by God so that they could snack on you forever. Now they don't know what to do because they're getting denied. Snack? No, stay in your own lane. They're trying to escape. There's something going on with your health. Maybe you're, because you took care of the temple that houses your spirit and your soul. You don't drink. You don't have any addictions. You might not eat, as good as you can. But, considering that everything's poisonous nowadays and we microwave so much stuff. But you're doing the best that you can. And it was good enough, obviously, because you are love. And, love and all that good stuff, it's shining brightly. Yeah. These people, they could have been love bombing and gaslighting oracles, prophets, prophetesses. They've been saying, you don't know what happens to prophets and prophetesses or psychics. And then, Spirit Divine says, well, they don't know what the psychics, information the psychics have brought forth. It's like there's all this. This is done because we got a troll out there who does the very least to gain the very most. They want, so they target or they try to pretend that they are influencers. They want to be an influencer. They wear masks and they go and they mimic people so that they can get money. Maybe their stories, they wanted everybody to see them as you, as an influencer, billionaire status empath, red flag, fashion witch. This trauma bond, you're going to have to take care of yourself. This vampire here, or maybe you did. Maybe you're a legend. You're a legend. So watch out, fashion witch. So this trauma bond with the vampire has been healed through self-care. Legendary freaking stuff here. Legendary stuff here. And now they're triggered because they're told to go F themselves. You're not going to be feeding. Yeah, and it's podcast. It's big. Everybody's talking about it. This narcissist is a shadow demon cult leader. They've been feeding suns and stars to this shadow demon because they are the antidote for their shadow demon. They gotta feed the devil the light so that they can appear to be like the light. It's all crumbling now. It's all crumbling. They got to go deal with the intelligent animals. I don't know. Whoever this genius is, this freaking air sign. They might try to send an intelligent creature after this unicorn. I don't know. But they're in a nightmare. They're in a freaking nightmare. And there's death. They may want that. But in the near future, your Ten of Cups is protected from these mask-wearing, lying devils. So I don't think you have anything to worry about. Whatever demon they conjured up out of that book, it's in their dreams. And they're being denied. Denied. They cannot snack on you. They got to stay in their own damn lane. Because you take good care of the physical vessel that houses your soul and your spirit. They can't attach to you. They can't attach to you because you are love. You are disciplined. And I was told the other day that the more you love, like the greater your love, the more complete your peace and your happiness, and the more effort you put into that, the more focus of the attention that goes into that higher vibrational frequency, the greater the chasm grows between you and this dark side. Right? Because love, the more you love and the more you use your gifts of the soul to benefit yourself and others, the greater the chasm grows between you. And not only that, God is elevating you and these ones are descending. So that's going this way and this way. So you're separating out in all different directions. It's interesting. And I'm so very grateful. So your discipline has busted forth the truth about conspiracy theories. You have discovered information and brought it forth that these ones have been successful at hiding for centuries. Whatever it is they believe it happens to psychics, whatever it is that has happened to them many times throughout their resets, I don't believe it's going to happen that way this time because God is sticking back every nasty thing onto them. He's returning every nasty thing. because the research, they were trying to blame you, but research shows otherwise. It wasn't you. Nope. Nope. They couldn't turn you into a third-party hoe bag. They couldn't turn you into this, you know, because they target you, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, or sir, or whatever, and then they would leave you alone. Then they would leave you alone. They'd steal your status of privilege and leave you alone. And then spread lies about you. And then spread lies about you. So Most High God is going to correct the genetic modifications that have happened to the people. The chemical, genetic, cellular interferences. I do believe all of that, it will be corrected. He's tired of these ones feeding on his family. And they're told to stay in their own lane. They're the new fodder. They are the new fodder. You know why? Because it was them who decided to pull up these beings. They decided to call them forth in their childish hate. This is a childish bitch trying to blame you for stuff. So they're trying to send out all this nastiness to you, trying to drive you insane, get you to act out of character, you know, force you to play a role in the world that isn't part of your world. This is the part that kind of gets me though. They've been trying to swap places with the human beings and the animals. They want intelligent animals. They've been doing genetic modifications. I didn't just make this up. Yesterday or the day before, I heard a big masculine voice, like a higher dimensional masculine voice, talk about this curator's scientists' experiments. Last night's read, there's some woods out there that is full of these beings. These boogeymen. It's these boogeymen. And it's like they filled it up. They did this on purpose. It's like they had plans of having people like in this space, like convicted by God and then put in this place where they'd have to deal with these intelligent animals. I don't know. There's something wacky here, but it's all falling apart and they're very upset about it. So I would say that that's probably why we've got so many men who find it okay to diddle or have sexual relations with youth and animals, because they are animals. They genetically modified empathy out of themselves. They genetically modified morals and ethics out of themselves. All they have left is a need to consume and be seen as high value when they're not. Well, it appears to me that those loving beings who are limitless in their potentials, who have gifts of the soul that benefit themselves and others, those people who are healers, those people who are here to make everything okay for this world. Oh man, you got some stuff. I had a dream one time, like there was a man, but he was wearing a face mask. It was during COVID. And he was wanting to have relations with me. And I disappeared. Like I moved away. I'm like, you wearing a mask? And then he came back and he had like a dog snout. So this was one of those genetic experiments. in a man suit with a dog snout. He didn't look all the way human, which means he has to stay in the dark side. But they're trying to pull feminines down there because they need mates, right? So that's what you got going on. They're not starseeds. They're genetic experiments out of flesh and blood and bone. There's the spiritual essence of them is not from a star nation or a zodiac system. They're not even natural animals because it's a scientific experiment by wacky freaking devils. They're not creators. They don't have access to that. All they can do is mutate creation and then try to call it their own. Well, they did it to themselves. And the only reason that they're seen as anything other than an intelligent animal is because of the magic and their ability to transfer sin and transfer karmic debt. And you see some of the things that these people do to animals and the children and each other. And it's so sick when you look in their face and they smile at you and tell you that they're their God's chosen one. It's like, you know who their God is? This. You know who they're feeding on? This. You know what they're lying about? Being this. Because they feed on it, they think they can be exactly like it. All they have to do is feed on it. That's their belief. Alrighty then. This is the end of the message. I hope that it brings clarity to something that you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.